Conversation for the whole family.
I'm so excited. I'm very excited.
On Super FM.
I'll write your name.
Port Harcourt.
Tired of the lies? Tired of the spin? Are you ready to hear the hard-hitting truth in a comprehensive, conservative, and principled fashion? Point Blank on Super FM 93.3 brings you all the news you need to know. Real conversations, real news, and one-on-one interviews with some of the most intriguing names in River State, South Nigeria, and the country today. Unbiased analysis the way you wish still existed.
They're damaging the economy of the country. I'm not bothered about whether federal government is supporting us or not. Because if you cannot protect the lives of your people, then there's no governance.
From the news that dominates the headlines to the important topics below the fold, left, right, and center busts the opinion bubbles and echo chambers with genuine discussion and real talk.
Out of $500 million that President Goodluck Jonathan borrowed for Kano, Abuja, Kaduna. At the time I was speaking, we were paid over 100 and something million out of the $500 million.
Tune into Point Blank with Shegan Awolabi every Saturdays 8:15 a.m. on Super 93.3 FM. Point Blank, civilized yet provocative.
Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. This is your number one family lifestyle talk and urban radio station. Welcome to Point Blank, Saturday, 3rd of December 2022. My name is Obi Ivy, standing in and holding brief for Mr. Shegun Awolabi, who couldn't be here this weekend, but hopefully he'll be back to join us again next week, Saturday. But welcome to Point Blank Saturday, and there are quite a number of issues that have happened over the week, and a few of those issues have stood out this week for us. All right, welcome back. Now, a few issues have stood out in the course of the week, but two in particular issues have taken center stage over the last few days. And today we're going to be focusing first on one of those issues, and that is on the warning issued by the Inspector General of Police to the different commissioners of police across the country not to implement orders issued by state governors, those orders that seem to stifle opposition, that seem to, create some form of tension in the polity and make it almost impossible for other political parties, especially opposition parties, to campaign easily, stresslessly, and as effortlessly as possible, as provided by the Constitution and, of course, the Electoral Act as amended. And joining me this morning to look at this issue of the warning by the Inspector General of Police is the Director, NGO, and volunteers of SMA PAT campaign. That is, of course, the governorship and running mate candidates of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, here in River State, Senator Magnus Abbey. And that is Akumefule Kingsley N. Good to have you on the program this morning.
Thank you, Ivy.
All right. Real quick, when you heard and when your people heard about the warning issued by the Inspector General of Police, what came to mind? What did you people think of? How did you feel?
Thank you. We didn't feel anyhow. Nothing came to our mind.
Okay.
Because this is what we've already known before now. We've been in this state for
what you've known was going to happen anyways?
Known about the leadership of this state.
Okay.
We've been here quite a long time now. Mm-hmm. We know who we have, know the persons we are working with. So that is nothing that came to us as a surprise. When you are a prepared person, quite prepared, there is nothing that will happen to you by surprise.
Okay.
Yes.
So when the Inspector General of Police gave the warning to police commissioners, asking them not to implement those orders that seem to stifle opposition,
yes,
how did your party and your group react?
Sure. Everybody who is in our shoes would be happy. But one thing is very prominent. It is not about issuing such orders.
Right.
It's not about saying it. It's about executing those orders. You know, I would want the IG to go a step further to monitor the execution of those laws is made or the orders is given to his state commissioners. You know, but for us, we are not deterred. There is nothing that is moving us. This is natural. It has happened a lot of times, even in the Bible. You know, if you are very conversant with the Bible, if you go to 1 Kings chapter 12, you know the story of Rehoboam, you know, the son of Solomon.
Right.
So when it was time for Rehoboam to take mantle of leadership, you remember Rehoboam had to call the elders, and the elders gave him a wise counsel, but he refused and listened to the young people who told him that if your father had ruled these people
with strong hands,
you should rule them with a stronger hand. If your father has scorched them with cane, with just ordinary cane, you should scorch them with iron and with scorpion. And that was what he told the Israelites. And remember what happened. The famous word that you hear today to your tent, O Israel, happened in that particular scripture. Everybody walked out and said to your tent, O Israel. One thing we want to tell Rivers people is that we're not deterred. They should stand their ground. God, so kind, will have a man that God has brought to them, the man who will bring peace, who will relieve Rivers people from this scourge that we are, who will remove this fear and threatenings from Rivers people. That is what we want to tell Rivers. We are not afraid of whatever thing. Of course, you do hear what is happening every day. We are on the street, we are in houses, we knock on the doors.
But let's focus on let's focus on this particular warning by the Inspector General of Police.
Yes.
Now, from what you've explained, it seems like you people feel like it's probably just the IGP paying lip service or trying to sound politically correct or just saying what will sound good in the media.
A lot of times we've had things like this. We are only praying and calling on the IG to please move a step further from just giving these orders to seeing that these orders are
when you
rightly
say seeing,
executed.
what is he expected to do?
He's monitoring his state commissioners,
Isn't it
especially Rivers State.
Isn't it enough for him to issue a warning and a directive to all the commissioners of
Have you
police?
forgotten
Are
that-
they not his eyes and ears and foot soldiers in the
Have you
states?
forgotten that there was a time even the president issued an order to the IG and nothing happened? We are only praying and believing that this particular IG would do what he has said. And the commissioners of police, especially the commissioner of police in Rivers State, this is exactly where the thing is happening. We pray that the commissioner of police in Rivers State will see to it that these obnoxious and draconian law, or what is it called, orders, are not obeyed, are not followed. Okay?
All right. So if political parties and their supporters take the IG's word for what it is, you know, as something of value, and they decide to go about their campaigns in these public spaces, say schools owned by government, state government, especially in River State, in contradiction or in disobedience of the Executive Order 21, for instance, do you not think that it is going to be a recipe for disaster? Because on the one hand, the police is saying, the IG is saying, do not carry out the orders of the state governors. Political parties should go about using these facilities as freely as, you know, they're supposed to. But then you know that on the other hand, the state government and the state governor who has issued this decree will have his task force, as we normally see, as his implementers of this order. Do you not think it's a recipe for disaster?
It's quite a recipe. But the truth is that we must not obey orders that are running in contravention of the law. These orders are not known. They are very strange to the law and to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You know, so one mustn't issue orders that you know, even him as governor and as a lawyer, so to say, he knows that these orders are running in contravention of the law, and he's issuing them. Before he starts doing that, he should know that these laws are a recipe to crisis, especially now that the IG of police has given a warning, not just even the IG, even the National Security Advisor has also given the same warning to these governors, especially our own governor. And so we are only praying and praying to God that he should listen to the voice of wisdom and allow peace to reign in the state. But for us in the SDP, of course, we were not bothered. You see, every day we are on the street. The people don't need to gather in the school fields for you to talk to them. We can go to your houses. We can come to where you're farming your crops. We can come to your shop. What is important is to deliver the message of truth. That message that will liberate Rivers people. We are delivering that message. Last weekend we were in Gokana, moving from one community to the other. You know? So this weekend we'll be somewhere. We are everywhere, every day. People are hearing us.
So in other words, you do not necessarily need.
It is not important to begin
IG's
to
warning.
fight.
You don't need any protection.
Even before the IG issued his warning, we are already there on the field. We are there on the street. We are there knocking on people's doors. And Rivers people are receiving us so much. Wherever we went to, the reception is high. Did you watch what happened in Gokana? Even in the villages of those persons that are in the other side.
But again, a lot of us have been told not to pay very much attention to those crowds, because for these people in the community, for some of them, it's just an opportunity, to feel, an opportunity to see the people who don't get to see often. So it is the same crowd that will gather for one political party will still gather for another political party.
It is not true. It is not true. When you go to when political parties are doing their campaigns and all that, they pay money to hire people. They give people money. They bring buses to hire people. This one,
other political parties.
Most of the political, that's what they do. But in this political party
when you say most, that's a blanket statement, and that's a strong statement as well.
I don't want to mention any political party. Even if you
because one could say the same thing about
even if I go by your word, it's all about semantic. If I go by your own order,
but one could also say even your political party does that.
Now, what you should know about the Social Democratic Party in Rivers State is that is where the people want to be. This party is less than 6.
By your estimation.
By the estimation of what you see, even you that is here in this studio. This party is barely 1 year in Rivers State.
Is it?
Not up to 1 year.
Is it barely 1 year in Rivers State?
Yes. And you could see...
But it's not an old party either. It's been around for
But
we
have not had it in Rivers State. You know that. And because of the man, Senator Magnus Abe, that brought this party to Rivers State, every Rivers man and woman is living where they are to come to this party. You remember when we were here telling people about our 1 million man march? And you watched it. Well, did we also go to mobilize people? We didn't pay a dime.
I wouldn't know that.
We had over 4 million persons in attendance. And these communities where we're going to...
Who did the census? Was there a register to ascertain the number
ordinarily,
of people?
when you look at a crowd, you will know...
100,000 human beings is a lot to look at.
But when you saw the crowd...
100,000? Do we have a stadium that sits 100,000 people in Port Harcourt, in Rivers State?
Did you come to Polo Club?
I passed by.
On that particular day?
I did, yes.
You just passed by?
I did pass by.
What did you see?
There was a mammoth crowd.
If truly you passed by...
See, again, imagine if... What's the biggest size of stadium we have in River State?
44,000.
Imagine 44,000 people all coming on Abba Road at the same time. Can you imagine the number?
This one...
I'm just saying, 44,000 looking at it can seem like sands on the beach.
Only the NGOs working with me are over that number you're talking about.
44,000 NGOs.
I have less than 120,000 NGOs.
So hold on, if I get you correct, you're saying over 4 million people came. That's like the entire population of River State.
I don't know the exact population because we've not had census for a very long time.
That's like the entire adult population. So
we've
every
not had
adult...
census for a very long time, so you cannot estimate what our population is.
Exactly my point. We didn't take a census of those people,
yes.
So we cannot be sure.
We are looking at, you can measure a crowd, can't you?
I can,
Good.
But it will never never be nearly accurate.
Yeah, okay. That is why I said
especially
almost.
viewing with your eyes. Imagine photographing 10 people with the camera of a phone, and imagine photographing 100 people.
I didn't say exactly 4 million.
Right.
Or
you're
5
saying
million.
about 4 million.
Okay, so that's why I don't want to be precise. Because I'm just measuring the size of the number of persons we had in attendance. And even the opposition parties never expected that SDP that just came into the state very recently will have such kind of mammoth crowd.
That could have been
Not
supporters.
higher.
That also could have been supporters from other states, but it's okay.
We didn't invite anybody from any other state.
They could have come,
And
as
you
a form
remember
of
when
solidarity.
we came to this studio, we asked everybody to come with their PVCs.
And every one of those people had their PVCs.
Everybody photocopied their PVCs and came with it.
That's pretty easy to do, don't you think?
Just pretty easy. And those PVCs are not voters of other states.
Anyways, okay, let's not digress too much to the matter today. How do you react, especially with the NGOs and those who are volunteering on the SMA project? How have you people been faring, and how have you been reacting to the reports of attack on the campaign trail of Senator Magnus Abbey and the SDP?
Yes, we've been doing what we ought to be doing. Our principal is not a violent person. So he's a man who respects the law, and we have always followed every attack. Our response has always been to report to the security agencies. Yeah. Okay, so that's the only thing we can do, and also talk to our people, not to respond to such attacks, because nobody is afraid of attacks. We are all from River State. We have the same thing they think they have. But because of the kind of person we are following, is a man of peace. Rather than arming you with weapons and guns and whatever, he prefers to arm you with education and empowerment. So he has talked to us, and I think we have followed him over time. I've learned and known the kind of man he is. So the only thing we do is we respond with reporting to the police, and asking our people not to respond the way they responded. Okay? And of course, you know what is happening. The public have been watching, and the sympathy is there. A lot of persons have defected from their parties to our own parties merely because of those actions that they've been carrying out.
All right, let's take we're going to take a few reactions because the phone lines started buzzing from the beginning of this conversation. But if you've just tuned in, it's Point Blank, Saturday, 3rd of December 2022, Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. And talking to me this morning is Akume Fule Kingsley, and he is the Director of NGOs and Volunteers of SMA and PAT Campaign 2022. And these are the governorship candidates, and of course his running mate on the platform of the Social Democratic Party, SDP. And we're looking and speaking specifically today about the directive issued by the Inspector General of Police to commissioners of police across the 36 states and capital, telling them not to obey orders by governors that aim to stifle opposition in their various states. And you know that controversies have continued to trail the executive orders 21 and 22 recently issued by the governor of River State, Jibrisa Yinso-Mezimowike. And I'd like to know what you think. If you've got any questions also for the guests, feel free to ask those questions. The numbers are 081-174-31021 and 0705-079-1021. Super FM Port Harcourt, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Cookie Gam, Mr. Cookie Gam. I want to tell you again that 2019, Precious Ilikima run for ADP because Precious Ilikima run for ADP because he can the River State.
Yes.
ADP is as old as 1999. But Precious Ilikima run across the country for ADP 2019. Before time again, the fact that they joined ADP. SDP has candidates in SDP.
Right.
SDP has party offices. So what is telling that they have a vote APC? They still go to the tell people blunt and lie, tell people lie that have a vote SDP. SDP have a distant thing that let us not tell people like the river. I don't like it.
All right, thank you. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Chief Comrade Embry. I'm calling you from Port Harcourt.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, I think the young man there has speak very extensively. What I want to really put to him is that now that the state government is putting in degree 21, degree 22, and other degrees, what are their governorship hopeful is trying to do concerning the crowd he's talking about? And right now, when you look at the insecurity of the state, bringing out such crowds, does it not pose danger to the procession they are trying to talk about? And also their governorship aspirants. What are the blueprints? What are the blueprints? My name is Chief Comrade Embry. what I do is let
All
them
right.
tell us. Let them not be just let them tell us about the blueprints, what he has for these people. Thank you and God bless.
All right, thank you so much, and God bless you. We're going to take another call in just a moment. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
IDOV. Good morning. The delectable IDOV. My
Good
name is Otiasa.
All right, go ahead, sir. We can hear you. Hello.
I'm the Deputy Director of Public Debate.
All right, go ahead. Okay, we lost that one, but we need to take another call. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Ozzy.
Good morning. Welcome, Comrade Ju James.
Comrade James. Ozzy, let me quickly thank the Chief of Army and the Commissioner, the Secretary General of Police for
Okay.
the decision they took. You know, I have been saying it here in this platform, another platform, that the executive order is non-alien in our constitution. And I don't know where the governor got that power from. And you will not blame the governor because the police is not well funded. Every state governor puts a lot of money in the security of the state. And that makes the hands of the Commissioner of Police to be tightened. So they cannot be able to say, oh no, Mr. Governor, this is wrong. I cannot do it, even though because you have been buying vehicles, you have been supporting us. But in this aspect, I cannot do it. We need extra force from a ordinary person to make such order. And that is the Secretary of Police and the Chief Security Advisor of the country. They have done that. So I think I'm appealing to the Commissioner of Police to knock to that order, to knock to it, because that order that Governor Wike gave was no anywhere near to modern day democracy.
All right.
It was nowhere near. And for the issue of SDP, saying that I'm just laughing the man in the studio. I was in Port Harcourt. If Port Harcourt Polo Club, how many capacity does that club at that place have for you to control up to 4 million? You're not even talking about 5,000 people or even 2,000 people that were in that place. You're talking about, and let me tell you, the social in the various wards, how do you get them? The original owners of those wards were PDP and APC. The election is about APC and PDP. SDP is just wasting time because no any thinking man. Even though
Well, we like to disagree with you that it's not just between SDP and it's not between APC and PDP. There are quite a number of political candidates from other political parties as well. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, can you?
Okay. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Otto Gotham Lugard. I'm calling from Onega.
Okay, welcome, sir. Good to have you on the program.
Yeah, I want to greet your guest in the studio, Kingsley Akumefile. He has really done extensively well. You know, the governor has no right to actually put any decree or order. And I want to commend the IG of police for coming out to state that every governor has no right to do that, that every other political party should go ahead and conduct this campaign. I want to tell you in the words of Aristotle, he said the antidote for 50 enemies is one friend. And the one friend that Rivers people have is Senator Magnus Ngehabi, who has come to say no to violence, no to political bitterness, no to everything. And he has been able to canvass for support, to canvass for votes, without even undoing or talking down on any person. That shows the kind of character we have in SDP. I believe Rivers people will come out on mark, support him, and even give him their vote when the time comes. Thank you, and do have a smart week.
Wow, thank you very much. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Yeah, good morning, Madam Ovi.
Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Comrade Clinton. I'm calling you from Bori.
Please go ahead. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning to your guest.
Good morning, brother.
Yeah, he has done justice to the issue on ground. Senator Magnus Abbey is the man that distinguished himself among his peers. He's a man that doesn't like violence, doesn't promote violence. So I think Rivers people should look at all the candidates and see their qualities. According to them, the blueprint and the footprints of this man speaks volume. So what we are saying, let me say on the order of the IGP, I think this is welcome because these orders that the governor have executed, have put in place, will actually drive violence in Rivers State. And we should be able to say this clearly, that Rivers people will want peace in this election. And that's what the Democracy stands for. We want peaceful election, and we should be able to resist these orders. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. One more call and we'll go back to the conversation. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Yeah, Obi, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Belgam. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Belgam. Obi, see one thing I don't like. The rulers of the leaders, they should be done with their left and right. Tell me, IGP, he's the one trying to cause problems. Why not meet these state governors? Discuss this issue than to stay in Abuja and say, don't obey. Is it not a silly crisis? It's just like, I don't know the way these people behave. Because it's an IGP, I say this. The money people are collecting on the road everywhere. Has it been able to do that? I'm not saying that what the governors are doing, I don't know the reason actually. But for security sake, you shouldn't have done that. And they cannot be a very smart lady. The man in the studio, you asked him, all this crowd, they're the same crowd that go to the same crowd that go to the other parties. Guy, what do you do? They're looking, people are looking for more. People want to see.
All right.
So the question you asked, and you are very correct, my sister. The same crowd. Thank you, welcome.
Thank you very much. Okay. You want to respond to any of those before we go to the next question?
All of them. I will respond to all of them from Cookie Gum.
Okay, go ahead.
Cookie Gum said in 2019, somebody contested.
And there was a governorship candidate before.
Yes,
Senator
I never
Maggie.
said there has never been governorship candidate under SDP.
You said it's a new party.
I said there has never been SDP here. And what I mean, I still maintain it. Parties are not about building and flags. Parties are about people that are in those parties.
Okay, so
for example,
okay, yes, please.
let me tell you. For example, today, APC is almost dying off, but you are still hearing APC. Everybody that made APC are all living the party. And so when you hear APC, it's just a name, a word, APC. Who are the people in the party? They're all living. Anybody can go to buy form for anything.
So what you're saying that SDP was just non-existent, but it was on
existent,
paper.
just on paper. Just on paper. We have 18 political parties. Are you telling me that right now there are no other people who are bought from?
That's a disrespectful and derogatory, expression or statement to make that the party was non-existent before.
See, let me tell you something.
To the people who even made the party attractive enough for your candidate to have adopted.
Are you hearing about SDP before now in this state? You as a radio person.
Yes.
You
SDP is an old party.
Of course we know. When you go to my three USC roundabout, where the police people are today, is the secretariat of SDP. We all know that. But what is happening there? Who is there? Who is the person you know in SDP?
Doesn't make the party less than 1 year old. That's the point.
I said, as far as I'm concerned, in Rivers State, we started hearing SDP the day Senator Magnus Abe joined SDP. Anybody can hold for anything. You answer whatever name you answer.
Anyways, let's not
so
overflog.
we're not overflogging the issue.
Let's not overflog
the
something
truth should be told. I can go to buy form in any party. As long as, most political parties can sell governorship form for 5,000 or 10,000. You buy it, you put your poster. That doesn't make the party existent. Okay? So that's for Begum. I just need to answer him. Now for IM Bread, you're talking about blueprint. When it is time for candidates to give their blueprint, be rest assured.
What time is that really?
The time is coming.
Elections are in February.
Yes, sure.
This is December.
There are time for everything. The people will hear.
Campaigns have already started, and we've heard the manifestos of quite a number.
Which party have
we've heard the manifesto of Architect Tony Cole of the APC.
What is his manifesto?
We have heard it. If you don't know, I'm not the one who will inform you because you're supposed to pay attention to what the opposition is saying.
He came out and talked about what he wants to do, just like we have also been telling people what we want to do. But for now, we can't tell you details until the right time, because whenever you bring your manifesto now, they will steal your manifesto. We have a brainy candidate, an intellectual, a man who has been there all years.
How will they steal your manifesto if you talk about it in the press and you have it, and it's on record that you brought it out first?
We will give Rivers people our manifesto.
So some people can actually say that he waited to hear other people's manifestos before sharing his and then picked from everybody else's.
We've not kicked off our campaign. We've been consulting all the while.
Oh, you haven't kicked off campaign?
We've not kicked off campaign. We'll do our campaigns. When we kick off our campaign, you will hear Senator Magnus Abe speak.
Okay.
He's always been speaking on television and radio, and a lot of persons who joined him because of the way he speaks. They know he's an intellectual. He's an egghead. When he comes to tell Rivers about his manifesto, a lot of persons will even run and join them. He has a lot for Rivers State.
I'm not
he has a
particularly
lot
sure
for
that
Rivers State.
egghead is a compliment, but yes. But let's
Yeah, it
move
is.
on. Let's move
Okay,
on.
so for manifestos for iGen be rest assured that you will see a manifesto that will even attract you, iGen to come to join our principal. For Otiasa, we couldn't hear you, but for Jude James, you're talking about APC and PDP and the parties. It's not about the number of years a party have existed,
Right.
or the name. Okay, be rest assured that Rivers people are in need of a man that can offer them the desired dividend of democracy. And that man is Senator Magnus Abe. And on that particular day, Rivers people in their numbers will vote him and he will emerge victorious. Be rest assured. For Mr. Bergam, I want to assure you, sir, that Senator Abe is the man to beat. Be rest assured. We have a candidate that Rivers will have always yearned to have all the years. And by the special grace of God, he is on the ballot, like he has always told us, I'll be on the ballot.
It's interesting
he
that,
will contest the election, and by the special grace of God, he will win the election.
It's interesting because all political parties say that their candidates are the ones that the state is yearning for and Rivers people are yearning for. Okay, now going back to the warning issued by the Inspector General of Police, yes, because that's our focus this morning.
Yes.
How do you think the police in Rivers State will work to either carry out the directive by the Inspector General of Police or flout that order? How do you think they're going to fare? Because we have a lot of them attached to VIPs and politicians. And we may see cases where police officers may disagree.
We expect the Commissioner of Police and his men to be very professional. The IG have given the orders. We also expect the IG to monitor the execution of the orders he has given. Okay, when we talk about VIPs, everybody who is contesting election as governorship candidate is already a VIP. Even if you are not a VIP before now, but the fact that you are a candidate, you are a VIP, and every VIP goes with securities, including our own VIP, also goes with securities. But we are not saying that we would go to the street or on the road to go to fight anybody. We have our strategies, and that strategy is working, and it will keep, bringing in our strategies, new strategies, until the last day. We can't tell people our strategy. It's a game. It's like a football game. You bring your own style, your skill. Another person will bring his skill. At the end, one person will win. Okay? So, and we are very confident that the man that we have in the saddle is remember, the whole Ogoni came together through their chiefs and made him the menace
whole
one.
Ogoni.
Okay. The representative, the king of Ogoni, made him the menace 101. Do you know the meaning of menace 101? The king of wisdom, one. So he is not...
Or the wise king.
He is not going to use violence. He's a wise man. And he will always apply his wisdom. And in this case, it's not an exception. Be rest assured that he has the key, and we shall get there.
Before we came on air, we talked about, you talked about the fact that it's the time of the Ogonis for the first time in a long while.
Yes.
That it's their time.
Yes.
And you actually feel like it's a matter of time or it's a matter of competence. Which is it for you?
Yeah, the two of them. The two of them. First and foremost, the time is in the hand of God.
Okay.
Every man has his own time. Every people have their own time. And I think that this is the time for the Ogonis, and especially the time for Senator
Shouldn't
Magnus
it ultimately be the time for Rivers people to
Let me
take,
tell
to
you
take
why.
their destiny?
Even though I am not ethnocentric, of course, I'm not an Ogoni man, but I am saying that for how many years that Rivers State have existed, Ogoni man, even though they are one of the major blocks in the state, especially in the Rivers Southeast, they have not had opportunity to produce a governor or a deputy governor. And so I think that Rivers West haven't taken their turn through Dr. Peter Odili, and Rivers East, where I come from, have taken 3 turns. Celestine Omeha, Rotimi Amechi, and
Governor Nyesom
Wike, who will soon be leaving. It is very, very apt and just that will allow the Ogonis that form the major block in the Rivers Southeast to also produce a governor. Of course, you know, the Andonis have produced a deputy governor.
For me, I feel like it's rather unfortunate that we're still talking about this right now, but still following that
When you
analogy.
talk about competence, when you talk about competence, amongst all those contesting for this governorship, he's the most competent. He has served in different capacities.
Very arguable.
You can argue. Anybody can come and argue with me. Then I'll present my
contestable.
No, sure, I am ready for such argument.
All right, let's take a few more reactions. 0811-7431-021 and 0705-0791021. You can send a WhatsApp message on 0905-9481-021. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Turn off your radio. What's your name, sir?
Good morning. My name is Otiasa Christian Livingston.
All right, welcome.
Let me greet your guest in the studio.
Thank you,
brother.
Otiasa.
The saying is very true that injury to one is injury to all. Politics is a game and it should be played by the rules. Yes. The political space should not be eclipsed for anybody. It should be open for candidates to espouse their message and allow those who want to employ us, our recruiters, to be able to sieve us and employ us. If your candidate is unable to talk to the crowd, you should not use state powers arbitrarily to clip the wings of those who think they have a duty to go into a covenant with the people they intend to rule. Now, as to the order of the IG, I take it with a pinch of salt. Why? There has been this historicity of our IG, giving orders, and the orders are not monitored, they are not implemented, they are flouted flagrantly at the state and local government levels. Now, you asked a question, if the IG order, how can it be implemented? It is very simple. The IG did not just say the police should not implement these draconian rules of the governors. The IG said the police should provide security. It is only a reiteration. It is the primary duty of police to provide security. And here in the state, I have my fears because in Omoma, the historicity is that in Omoma, a particular people were attacked, pasting posters. Pictures, videos were provided. The police said arrests have been made. We have not heard of any outcome. In Oyibo, Senator Magnus Abbey was attacked. Videos were provided. Nothing has happened about it. In Degema, my mother's LGA, Magnus again was attacked. There are videos. I'm not a supporter of Magnus, but Magnus is also not my enemy. But I presume that if it happens to Magnus, it could happen to my own principal, Dawari Betela George. And this is not something we should allow. So it is their duty not only to disobey or refuse to carry out the obnoxious policies of the governors, but also to provide security for everybody. When I mean everybody, not just candidates. The candidate is not going to vote himself by himself all alone. You will have supporters. The supporters will canvass for vote at different levels simultaneously. So it is their duty to do so. And again, when campaign posters of people have been torn, if they begin to arrest people and make people example, people will begin to desist. And until they do so, recently in Okrika, we saw all the things that happened.
Right.
We have seen local government chairmen come to the radio and say they will do this, they will do that. Nobody calls them to question. They have no immunity. So that is where my fear is. As to the existence of SDP, I want to remind my brother very friendly that it has been there. I'm very close to Chief Precious Elekima, and I know they contested elections. They did their best, but they didn't succeed. No doubt. The coming of Magnus has further popularized the party, but it's not contestable that SDP has not been there. If there is a party that has not been there, it's my party that you can talk of, which is the Action Alliance. AA. And now the concentration of people there is not only party based. This time around, Rivers people will defy party.
Right.
Rivers people, they will defy stomach infrastructure. They will vote for competence. They will vote for knowledge. They will vote for persons with the experiential knowledge, beyond the acquired knowledge, people that have the experiential knowledge to move River State forward. And this closing of space, political space for the candidates, let me tell you the disadvantage.
All right, so
at the end of it all, just 1 minute, at the end of it all, it is the Rivers people that will be a victim. You know what? Because they are the ones wanting to employ the best. And each time the best is not there, this argument of my tongue your turn will come in. There is also the contestation of senatorial zone rotation and the age-long upland river Rhine dichotomy. But all these things would have been consigned to the dustbin if there is a fair and perfect, not perfect, but a near perfect representation, where there is even distribution of social amenities, where the development is not lopsided in one place. Nobody will feel that it's my turn. Nobody will feel that it's his turn. So this is why the space must be open for people to canvass. We have done our manifesto. And reduced it to 7 points. And at that appropriate time, I wouldn't want to eat into his time. And at that appropriate time, we called the Rivers people. We aired it.
All right. Thank you.
And nobody should close anybody.
All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. Okay. Now, he made some very salient points that the issue of is my turn has become prominent because of perhaps the quote-unquote lopsidedness of development. And so people want to say, when it's our turn, let's go and develop our side, because since people are doing their own development based on their tribes and their ethnic extractions.
I don't think so. But when Dr. Peter Odili was the governor, the little he did, he never concentrated his development in the Rivers West, especially in his area. When Rotimi Amaechi was the governor, I'm not standing for him, he never also concentrated development in his village. Of course, if he did, the current governor would have been saying, I built a school for you, I did this in your village and all that. You know, it's only now that we are seeing such kind of thing. I'm not also saying so that Ogoni should be given an opportunity, because they should concentrate development in their area, especially the man who is coming. Is a pan-Rivers man. He's not a man that looks at Ogoni or looks at any. He's a Rivers person. And he's a man who has always done what is right from the time we know him. He's been minority leader. He's been commissioner. He's been SSG. He's been senator. There has never been a time he concentrated anything in his own particular community or his local government area. Even as a senator representing Rivers Southeast, I know he did projects in Rivers State University. He did projects in Uniport. These areas are not in the Rivers Southeast. So I think that when you talk about experience, when you talk about capacity, you talk about whatever you think when it comes to governance, Senator Magnus Abe has it. And I think he's going to give it to Rivers people. And Rivers people will be happy because he mounted the saddle. That's what I think. I'm not just talking about Ogoni because it is their turn alone. But when you look at it from a different angle, if you look at it from the area of sympathy, it should be given. Look at it from
But again, if we talk about sympathy, and I wouldn't want for us to focus on this and make it the point of the conversation when it's not.
But I'm saying that if you want to look at it holistically,
if we want to look at it from this angle, when he talks about that senatorial seat, the senatorial seat has also fully been monopolized by the Ogonis.
How?
Show me another senator from the Southeast senatorial district.
There has been a senator from Opobo.
Yes.
Before now.
Before now.
You know.
When was it? Who was the person?
There has been a senator from Opobo.
What's his name?
I can't remember his name now.
When was that?
Opobo. I think before 1999.
Before when? Before
1999. And 1999, I was a senator from Opobo.
Before 1999. That's 16 years ago. Plus 6. That is over 16 years ago.
When we began, I think came from Opobo.
It's over 20 years ago.
Opobo had opportunity to produce deputy governor 2 times from 1999.
Over 20 years ago.
Andoni produced from the same
When
place.
was... I wish you could tell me these people.
Opobo produced deputy governor in 1999 and again in 2003.
I asked a question. I said the senatorial seat has been mainly monopolized by the Ogonis.
Not monopolized, they contested. Senator Magnus Abe left Senate and Barry Mpigi contested and won.
Good point.
Okay?
So let us all contest and not talk
about...
Let's not talk about tribe.
No, I am only saying that if you look at it from any angle, I am not only concentrating on tribe. Okay? You look at it from any angle, he made his seat. That's what I'm saying.
Everybody else.
And of course,
everybody's candidate will say they merit.
He's not also saying
everybody's
that
political candidate will say they merit it.
What we are looking for is that environment where everybody will give him the opportunity to fairly and freely contest. Okay? That's what we're talking about.
Now you're speaking my language.
That is what he is saying. That's what he wants.
Now you're speaking my language, which is why we're having this conversation.
Of course, we never went to court to begin to stop anybody from contesting the election.
All right, let's take a few reactions. Greetings, Obi and Honorable Kingsley. I like the statement, but I would like it implemented in action to stop these higher thugs from causing nuisance in River State. We've got this one from Connie Barry here saying that I want to sincerely thank the IG for his quick intervention for giving all political parties a hope and better face to campaign. However, I will suggest he marches words with action because the PDP executive order is targeted at Senator Magnus Abe, but I am optimistic that no amount of intimidation will stop what God has destined. All right. We've got this one from Oyibo. Michael says, on the issue of executive orders, Rivers people must condemn what is wrong. You don't need to like or hate any political party to speak against what is wrong. So some of us expect the CPs to take this directive seriously because it's the electorate that are being denied opportunity to scrutinize those who are aspiring to represent them in the legislative assemblies and those who want to govern them. If this trend is allowed to go on. Okay, this is a very long comment, but thank you very much for your comment. Good morning, my name is Seb Michael. Talking about competence, Senator Magnus Abe, he has the institutional memory and the ability to transform River State and bring it to that desired state. Okay, thank you very much for your comment. The executive order banning the use of public schools for political rallies without permission is in order. We cannot continue to allow our public schools being turned into political ground. This is Christian from Ibu Eche. So he is speaking in support of the Executive Order 21.
Now, speaking in support of the Executive Order 21, has he also asked himself, the current governor of Rivers State, in 2014 and 2015, when he was campaigning, did he not also use these schools and public places? There was a governor then, isn't it? Did the governor stop him from using those public places? Nobody did. So why would his own be a different thing?
So it's possible also that, after these elections, the administration of the day has to bear the brunt of the repairs and maintenance of these facilities after they have been badly destroyed.
There is no repairs. Nobody goes into the classrooms to campaign. What they use is the open field.
But then again,
okay, so and I think that there is happening in these classrooms. There is nothing. The classroom, except those classrooms are not well or properly covered. If a classroom has a door, nobody will go to break the door. People will only use the fields, and that is where people have always used. And so whoever is bringing the draconian laws and others, we are not interested, like I said here before, whether you shut down the primary school for anybody to use or not. We have always reached out to the people. If you like, go to pull our posters from wherever it is pasted. You can't pull out those posters from the hearts of people. Rivers people are watching those posters. Even if it's 1 second, they will see it. And when you pull it, it's already registered in their hearts. You can't open their hearts and pull it out. Liverpool are very, very ready and committed to change this government, and they will bring in a government that is ready to serve them. They are not bringing again or supporting again a government that they will serve after you have voted people and you come to serve them again. No, the government is supposed to serve the people. And Senator Magnus Abe has presented himself as the servant leader who is ready to serve the people, and that is where Liverpool are actually going to. It doesn't matter how many times they pull our posters or break our billboards and all that. We are not interested. And we're not going to fight anybody.
You're not also interested in going to court and challenging any of these orders?
We are reporting these cases in the police stations. And this is the right thing to do.
And you're not going to challenge the matter?
Of course, when you report these cases to the police, you can't just go to court. The police should do what is right and we go to court. If there should be a need for that.
It's a different question. I understand that you're reporting cases to police, which is the right thing to do.
Police should investigate these matters.
I'm asking two different questions. Yes. Are you people going to challenge the orders in court?
I don't know yet. I am not the legal advisor of my party. I am not my principal.
You're not. Your party hasn't also discussed in that direction.
That will be done by the legal advisor and the leadership of the party. If that is what they are discussing, I wouldn't know. I am only here to let you know that the man, Senator Magnus Abe, is not a problem person. He doesn't give. For him, he thinks that what is right should be done, and what is right is to report these cases to the police. And the police, like Otesa was saying, should do what is needful. They should be professional in their job. Investigate these matters. Like he rightly said, something happened in Oyibo. Till today, we've not heard that anybody has been arrested. We went to Okreka Waterside, and we are stopped having the program we're supposed to have, nobody has been arrested. We went to Degema. In fact, a local government chairman in Degema walked up to a barrister who is supporting us in his house, called him out, slapped him, beat him up, and they shot sporadically, and nothing happened. And so we're expecting that the police should be professional in their job.
You guys have evidence of these activities?
There are a lot of evidences, even there in the social media. It's everywhere. The commissioner of police is aware. These cases have been reported to him. We expect that the police should do the needful. We can't just go to take laws into our
Do you
hands.
have faith in the Inspector General, in the Commissioner of Police and his men?
I don't
in
know what
Rivers
you
State?
call faith here now. I have showed you that the police should be professional, whether faith or no faith. This is not about faith
What
now.
I'm asking
I
is,
am
do you
saying
people believe that
we
they will
believe that
do-
he is a policeman and they have what it takes to handle these matters. So that's all I can say here.
All right. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Mr. Kingsley.
Yes.
Thank you for your time today. Any last words?
Yeah, my last word is very simple.
Please.
That Rivers people should know that whatever is hot, there will be a time when it will be cold. Whatever they see today, all the draconian laws and orders that have been made, all the way they call them stupid and whatever they call them, even in public places, everything have a time. And very soon, it will end. Rivers people will have their peace and enjoy whatever God has given to them peacefully. That's all I want to say. And that time is a match when they have the right and opportunity to press their hands, cast your vote to the right place. And that right place is the Social Democratic Party with a horse, which is a symbol. When you cast your vote there, you would have casted your vote for a change. You would have casted your vote for freedom. You have casted your vote for liberty. You have casted your vote for development in Rivers State.
All right.
That's exactly what we are talking about.
My last question to you. Do you think the governor will agree to this directive by the Inspector General of Police? I mean, do you think, because again, the Inspector General of Police was here in River State not too long ago, and he made a comment here in River State that sparked controversy that seemed as if he was endorsing the G5. You know?
Whether he obeys or not obey, it is immaterial to me. What is important is that Rivers people should take the decision. They are the people who have the fight.
What does that mean, take the decision?
The decision to hire and fire. They have the right. And so this is the time to take the right decision to hire a better leader who will not disrespect the Rivers people, who will not bring in draconian and obnoxious rules and orders that will not allow Rivers people to move freely and participate in democratic processes.
All right.
freely.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Mr. Kingsley Akumifune. And you just heard he's the director of NGOs and volunteers of SMA and PAT campaign here in River State, the SDP governorship candidate and his running mates. Thank you for joining me. I'll go on a quick break. Point Blank will return. And when I come back from this break, my next guest will join me. And this time around, we're going to be looking at the comment made by His Excellency, the President of Nigeria, saying that state governors are stealing from local government funds. And I will be joined by another very strong guest to discuss on this one. Do not go anywhere. Point Blank Saturday returns after this break.